thanks to this man over here. I want you to give me the rhythm from the beginning to the end of this, okay? Because this song is called Breathless. कोई जो मिला तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था जैसे मेरी सारी दुनिया में गीत गिरत कर रंगों की बरखा है खुशबू की आंधी महकी हुई सी अब सारी फिजाएं महकी हुई सी अब सारी हवाएं खोई हुई सी अब सारी दिशाएं बदली हुई सी अब सारी अदाएं जागी उमंगे धड़क रहा है दिल सांसों में तूफान होठ में रंग में आंखों में सपनों में बीते हुए सारे लम्हे जब कोई आया था नजरों पे छाया था दिल में समाया कैसे मैं बताऊं तुम्हें कैसे उसे पाया था प्यार से गहरे पे बिगड़ी जो दिल पे ऐसा लगता था जैसे कोहरे की एक रोज में हुआ फूल गिरा है जैसे बादल में एक चांद छुपाए और झांक रहा है जैसे रात के पर्दे में सवेरा है रोशन रोशन आंखों में सपनों का सागर जिसमें प्रेम सितारों की चादर जैसे झलक रही लहरों लहरों बात करे तो जैसे मोती दर्द जैसे कहीं चांद की पायल गूंजे जैसे कहीं शीशे के जाम गिरे और झन से रूठे जैसे कोई चुप के सितारे बजाए जैसे कोई चांदनी रात में गाए जैसे कोई और से पास बुलाए कैसे मेरी बात थी वो कैसे मुलाकात थी वो तब मैंने जाना था नजर से कैसे पिघल रहे थे और आर जुबा दिया कैसे मन से और कैसे उतारता है चांद जमीन पर कैसे कभी लगता है स्वर्ग से डरे तो बस यही उसने बताया मुझे और समझाया मुझे हम जो मिले हैं मैं ऐसे मिलना था कुछ जो गिले और ऐसे खिलना था जन्म के रिश्ते तभी हम जन्मे तो हम न्यू मिल कानों में मेरे दिल से लगने लगे खाबों के दर्द आंखों में गलने लगे खाबों की दुनिया पे कितनी थी और कितनी रंगीन थी खाबों की दुनिया जो कहने को थी पर कहीं भी नहीं खाब मुझे टूटे मेरे आंख जो खुले मेरी होश जो आया मुझे मैंने देखा मैंने जाना मुझे कभी आया मैं दोनों पे जाया था दिल में जमा जावे चुका है और दिल में रहा अब तनहा ना तो कोई यार माया ना कोई तमन्ना ना कोई अब जो मेरी दिन रात जो मेरी रात है उनमें से आज उनमें से दर्द की रंज की बात है और फिर यार मेरा वो कोई नहीं मैं और कोई प्यार की यार मैं और कोई प्यार की यार मैं और कोई प्यार की यार.
Welcome to Chai with Manju. Our special guest today is one of the most well-known as well as a beloved musicians in the entire world. Let's meet Shankar Mahadevan. Namaste.
Namaste, Manju.
Welcome to Boston, and we are so excited and looking forward to your show tomorrow. We know Annette and Clint have worked very hard. So, Berklee students are considered some of the best in the world. And what has your experience been like working with them?
Overwhelming. Yeah,
Okay.
because this is the Indian ensemble, as they call it,
Yes.
and the name is Indian ensemble, but I think there are students from about 40 countries
Yes.
in this ensemble, and it's so amazing to see people from so many cultures, so many backgrounds, so many countries, so many languages
Right.
come together and perform one form of music, and they are so well prepared. They did research. I mean, Annette and Rohit,
Right.
these people, they did a research on the music that I have done in my life. And my friend Clint, he invited me to. I mean, he is the person who coordinated this whole thing for me from Berklee. Well prepared.
Whole town is excited. His show is sold out. It's going to be live streaming everywhere.
Yeah, I'm happy because
So
it's sold
very
out. I'm happy for the kids because
Yes.
they need to come and they need to experience a sold out show more than me, and this is what will encourage them to do better music in the future and focus on the music.
So you're also going to be doing a beginners class today, Vidya Prarambha as you call it,
Yeah.
and at Academy of Creative Arts in Burlington. And I know there are going to be a lot of young students. And you yourself were a very young student. I read that you started playing veena when you were 5 years old.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So what is your advice for a lot of our Indian American parents? What age should they enroll their kids and how should they go about it?
Well, I think it all depends on if your child is inclined towards music. You know, you can spot them really young when they are enjoying music, when they are dancing to music, when they are basically when they react to music. You know that this kid is inclined towards music.
Right.
So there is no harm in exposing your child to music from the time the child is born. You know, just expose the child to good music, and that will definitely have an effect on him or her. So we're going to have a lot of students with whom I'm going to do the first class for them. So I'm going to spend some time with them, interact with them, teach them about the beginning stages of music, about the 7 notes, and we sing something together. And it's a lovely way to start, you know, and that's what my academy is all about. Whenever I travel and when I go to different places in the world, because my academy right now is in 67 countries.
60.
Yeah, 67 countries, but it's an online model. So
Right.
students are there from 67 countries. But when I get a chance to go physically to any of these places, I see to it that I try to meet students from there, try to start a Vidyarambam class over there, spend some time. So, that really helps me gain a personal contact with the children.
And we want you to come to Boston often.
Yeah, of course.
Now, you have two sons, Siddharth and Shivam, and both are singers. And how involved were you in their musical journey?
Let me be very honest. What happens in a musical family is when kids start growing up, the people around you, your friends and their friends, and they start comparing the children to the parent,
Right.
which I did not want.
Right.
I did not want anybody asking my kids, "Ki, you see what your father has done. You
Yes.
should become like your father.
Uh-huh.
You should sing like your father, or perform like." Because that's the wrong approach. Because generally, then kids they tend to rebel.
Yes.
So I just let them free. I just let them completely open-ended. I did not allow anybody to question them or put any kind of musical pressure on them.
Okay.
That was actually a formula that I can say a very cunning formula that I used, which really worked to my advantage.
Okay.
I let them free, and all they are doing is music now. So
Okay.
if you just ease out with your children,
Uh-huh.
they really do stuff which is really beneficial to them, and you feel that they should do it for you.
And also
You
there's
can
some
never
genetic
force.
programming there, right?
So that and both my kids they are into music. My younger one is just in the 10th standard, but Shivam he sings very well.
Okay.
And of course Siddharth, he's got his own, he's got his hits songs he's got, and he's performing so much. He's performing more than me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's traveling all over, and it's really a blessing to know that your kids are also into music and they are also singing, and they're happy children basically.
Yeah, music makes you happy.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned about your online music classes, about 67 countries. What has that journey been like?
It's amazing, because see, I am in mainstream commercial Hindi cinema doing music for big productions and the regular Bollywood heroes and everything that's happening. But along with that, I always felt that there is a responsibility which I have as a classical musician or a musician who's learned music, that I should definitely be responsible for teaching music to the next generation or exposing them to our music, our culture, because our music is so powerful,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
somehow we do not respect our own music. We don't feel that it's cool.
It's
Whereas,
changing though.
yeah, it is changing.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
with online academies like this, it will
Right,
definitely change.
right.
So now, if I'm able to teach children, I've got more than 80 teachers in my academy. This academy is running 24/7. Students from all over the country learning, because of the time zones. We have to keep it open through the day, through the night. And our music, that is Indian classical music, whether it's North Indian, South Indian, folk music, film music, it's reaching to so many countries. So it's a proud moment. So it's if anybody wants to learn, they can log on to www.shankarmahadevanacademy.com, and you will be learning music in your house at your time.
Yes, that's the best part, right? And so you are so passionate about music, but I was reading that you actually have a degree in computer science and software engineering, and you worked for a company as well, but you gave up a relatively predictable career for
Yeah.
an unpredictable career in music when you were just married, right?
Yeah.
What gave you the courage to do that at that point?
It requires a lot of courage, trust
Yes,
me, Manju,
right,
because
at that time.
it was a very cushy job, paying lots of money, and there was a possibility that I can come to the US and
Right.
settle down here like million other engineers and have a great life and very comfortable life. And on the other hand was this very, very unpredictable career, where you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, whether anybody's going to like your music, your voice, whether the people of this country or the people of this world are going to accept you as a singer, musician, you don't know. But I chose to do that because that was very close to my heart. And you know, there is a kind of conviction that is there which you want to follow.
Courage
And if you
conviction.
want to do something path breaking, then you have to take the risk.
It is done so well now.
Yeah.
Do you think that that education though helped you in the music world, because
Oh,
now
yeah.
there's so much technology involved, right?
See, education is not only about technology. You know, education is about conditioning your mind.
Uh-huh.
It's about conditioning your mind to be prepared to do anything. Like if you do an engineering course for that matter, you know, you are bombarded with so much syllabus, so many formulas, so many books, so much portions, so many subjects that you have to learn. After finishing engineering, you're ready to face anything, anywhere. You know, it's like that. So, you know, you become conditioned to do anything in life. And in today's musical world, everything from recording to editing to mixing to mastering to, you know, composing, everything is done on computers.
Right.
So I guess my computer engineering came
Did
off.
help you.
It did help. And moreover, when you do engineering, your mind starts thinking in a particular logical way, you know, which helps you even in your music, I think.
The Center for Math, Science and Music is very close in the brain, right?
Music is maths. Music is nothing but maths. Yeah.
So, just some questions about your personal life.
Yeah.
And your wife is Sangeeta,
Yeah.
right? And I read somewhere that you met her when you were only 14 playing
No, she was
badminton.
14, I was 16.
She was
actually.
16.
But childhood sweethearts, and
Right.
you know, that's the best thing that's happened to me in my life.
Uh-huh.
And we are married for now. Next year we're completing 25 years of marriage,
Oh.
and I know her for 10 years before that. So
My
it's
goodness.
we have literally grown up together. So it's one life together,
Yes.
and it's been the most beautiful journey. Yeah.
And I read one of her interviews, she described you as very romantic. She actually thought.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best way to live your life to the fullest is live for the other person.
Absolutely.
When you
Absolutely.
give everything that you have for the other person and vice versa, when she gives everything that she has for you, that is the most beautiful way to lead your life. I don't think there's any other way, because it's so easy to complicate things.
Right.
I think just keep it simple
Mhm.
and live for the other person. So I think that's the only way you can thank God that He's given you a life like this.
How do you manage though with your tight schedule, traveling all over the world? How do you manage to make some family time?
Family time. Many people have asked me this question, and I always give them a very simple. It's almost like a formula. It's very simple. If you try to make time
Uh-huh.
amongst your schedule for your family, you'll never find the time. You'll never ever find the time. You will always come up with stuff that is more important to do. Oh my God, I have to do this. I have this meeting to do. I have to finish this recording. But if you make time for your work around your family time, then life is so simple. So you first plan out your family time.
That's wonderful.
So
That's
so if you've got certain things between you and your wife where you say that, okay, there are certain things between Sangeeta and me is that we decide whether it's a birthday, whether it's her birthday, my birthday, our children's birthday, whether it's Ganpati festival, whether it's our anniversary, whether it's anything special, all these occasions, whether it's Diwali, whether it is, you know, New Year's or whatever, there's a red cross marked on the
really?
schedule. So
Okay.
maybe it's the biggest gig or the biggest opportunity that you're going to get in your life,
Uh-huh.
but we see to it that we don't go.
Right.
So that is, you've already, you know, designed your family time,
Uh-huh.
and then you revolve your, and then work on the other time.
I
It's as
read
simple as
once,
that.
She said a very cute thing was you said you're taking her out for lunch and then you took her to Dubai for lunch.
Oh yeah. Not to Dubai. I took her for a holiday. That was her
Yes,
birthday,
yes.
and
Yes.
as a
Tickets.
surprise,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And my next question for you, we all love your band.
Mhm.
Shankar Loy, of course, and we fell in love with Dil Chahta Hai. So, what's your next project with them?
Well, you know, we did a lot of films in the few years. Now we're working on Dharma Productions,
Oh,
Karan
okay,
Johar's
Karan
Productions.
Johar's
Yeah,
production.
one of the films we're working on.
Uh-huh.
And now, you know, the web series are becoming the biggest things, and they're going to be bigger than movies very soon.
Wow.
Just like
Wow,
even in
okay.
the US, you know,
Uh-huh.
the television series are much bigger than films.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
so we're working on a
Netflix.
very big web series with Amazon.
Okay.
So we're starting work on that and a few other small films we are doing. And because we also want to focus on non-film music, collaborating with a lot of artists because it has to be done now. Now is the time.
Now is the time. So I want to ask you one more question. As a physician, this is very important for me. You're a young man, and when you were 48 last year, you had an MI and you had angioplasty and you recovered so well.
Yeah.
Did it change your life in any way, your outlook or the way you take care of yourself?
Of course. I mean, you just realize that, that you got to be more careful. You got to be, it's not about, it's about, I think, irregular sleeping, irregular eating, irregular, you don't pay attention to your body, because you're so caught up in, just enjoying your music, your life, you're running around there. You see, you don't sleep that much, and the energy is there because there's happiness all around you. But you then later realize that these things are very important for you. I used to do back-to-back shows, travel, come from the studio, do a show, then travel again, come back straight into the studio, work the whole day, do a show in the evening, go back home late. So I've like cut down on that, and I've realized it's very, very it's easy. You have to just prioritize your things and see what is important for you and what is not important for you. And so those things that are not important for me, I no longer do.
Okay. Now, last part is called the rapid response.
Yeah.
So, just whatever the first thought comes in your head.
Go for it.
So, what was the best advice you got from your guru Srinivas Kale, right? What was the best advice he gave you?
The best advice that he gave me was, I think a person, if he is a musician, melody can be taught, but if you don't have rhythm inside you, tal is something that you can't teach. You need to have it in you. So if you're weak in your tal, change your profession.
Okay. Now, what is the best advice you give in your students?
I just tell them that get used to listening to good music. It's like for example a particular cuisine. Suppose you're used to eating the dal made by your mother, which is the best dal in the world. So then everything else doesn't taste that good, because you know that you've already tasted the best. Similarly, just get used to listening to good music. Make that your vocabulary. Then you understand what is mediocre music.
And now the opportunities are there.
Yeah. So just get your database full of good music, great music, and that becomes your benchmark always.
And what's the best advice you got from your parents?
Oh, I mean, my father was the coolest person that I knew, and that is one quality that I got from him, because I don't have a temper, and I have a very chilled out approach to life. And at the end of the day, what my parents advised me was values are very important. Values are very important, and whatever it is, I think family values keep it above anything in your life, even above your music.
Absolutely. In fact, your wife, I read, calls you unflappable. Now, who's your favorite singer?
Where in films,
Yes.
or in non-films, or in classical, every genre of music there is a favorite. But if you talk about Hindi films, my favorite has always been Kishore Kumar.
Right. Now, you are an excellent cook, and what's your favorite dish?
Oh my God, so many! I cook so many cuisines. I think I make a good Thai curry.
Thai curry, okay. And my last question for you is, what is your philosophy in life?
I think just attract positivity, give out positivity, and as far as possible, anything negative, if it approaches you, try to shun it away. Just because there is that much quantum amount of energy that you've got.
Absolutely.
So you can either spend it, it's going to get spent anyway. You spend it either positively, half positive, half negative, or completely negative. But I think you'd rather spend it in a positive energy. So don't attract negativity. Simple.
You are so inspiring. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you for this.